They've done it again. A team of Auckland University students have won the New Zealand title in the Microsoft Imagine Cup for the second year in a row. The competition challenges students to come up with solutions to global problems. And last year, the Auckland University engineering students came up with a way to send computer data via radio waves to poor villages in developing countries. Team OneBuzz won third place in the worldwide competition in Poland. And that's the highest placing for a New Zealand team. They did really well. This year, their winning entry takes aim at malaria. They developed a software system that helps aid organisations collaborate and share information and updates within days rather than months. It helps them react faster to potential outbreaks. Team leader Vinny Lowen is on the line with us now from Auckland. Vinny, hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Jim.
Congratulations too.
Thank you very much.
Well, you knew what you were getting into this time, so why go again? And you had to go again.
Yes, we had to go again. Actually, the thing is, because me and my group partner, Kayo, we've just finished our engineering degrees, and this was our last, because as you're only allowed to take part as students, so this was our last chance to take part in such a competition. We enjoyed the competition last year, even though it was quite tough, but we thought, well, why not?
Good on you. Well, yes, you won't get the chance again, as you say. So your solution involved using technology to inhibit the spread of malaria and help to wipe the disease out. Can you explain it for us? What does your software do?
Well, yes, the software is broken down to two main bits. One of the new innovations that we're doing is that using satellite images, we can find breeding grounds of malaria. So we can find where dirty water stagnates. We can find rice paddies, a lot of different information using geographical systems. We can find that information using satellite images that already exist. So we can predict where malaria is going to hit before it hits. So that's one of the main aspects of the situation. And based on that, we can collect information from different health workers, doctors, to text in information about how much medicine do they have in stock, how many cases they are seeing. Now, this is information that's already out there. We're helping digitize it. So we can get medicine out to people where it's needed. Efficiency drives effectiveness in this case, and that's what we're trying to do. Use technology to drive that efficiency in the fight against malaria.
That's very smart. And also, if you can predict outbreaks or see where they're occurring, you can also direct where spray needs to be used. And
Exactly, yes. Spraying is one of the big things. Again, most of the people on the ground, they are using brute force at the moment. Just go and spray everywhere till the whole spraying can's finished. But that's not very efficient method. So with our system, we can actually prioritize region based on how far the malaria is from a human population and say, this is where you need to go and spray.
They'll actually be interested in using this software, won't they? Because it obviously, there's nothing as smart as this out there being used at the moment.
Nothing. As I said, it's just people going out and using their own brains to see where they see dirty water. And again, it's not very efficient, the method that they're using.
Right. Were you surprised, Vinny, that there isn't already collaborative software for all the organisations working on the malaria problem?
We were very surprised we actually went to India. India is again has a big problem of malaria, and we talked to the biggest organization fighting malaria there. One of the biggest problems, Jim, is at the moment, majority of the information is paper-based. So doctors write down information of how many malaria cases they saw, or people collect information. That takes months to get that information together, and 3 months later you find out a malaria epidemic was happening and we should have done something. And that's just too late.
As you aggregate the information and get it out there so fast, it's not just reports. You would use, what, satellite images and such?
Oh, definitely. Not only just reports. So, for example, suppose if a village, today what happens if some area runs out of medicine, after it runs out, it asks for more, and that gives a 3 to 4 lag period of time, depending on how far the village is or how far the region is from the headquarters that send medicine out. Now, using our system, we can predict if you are going to likely to run out of medicine and send it to you before you even run out. So not only that, but suppose if 2 villages are close by, right now they don't know if the other village has a medicine surplus. So with our system, you can actually efficiently relocate that medicine as well.
Okay. How good does it get? I mean, can you see in rainy periods bodies of water forming and alert authorities to the likelihood of mosquitoes breeding?
Definitely.
You can?
Definitely. every day by day, the satellite imaging industry is it's on exponential growth. That's how fast it is happening. So not only can we predict where water is going to accumulate, we can compare the region of landform for images from last year and see where we are seeing a depression in the landform, so that area will be prone to flooding. So even before it rains, we can tell that when it will rain, the water will accumulate in this region and malaria will breed.
That's very clever. No surprise you won again. So, Vinny, you're saying you went to India to see the problems firsthand. What did you find there?
Well, again, majority of the problem was that people. This is a problem where the community wants to be involved in. They want to help solve the problem. That's one of the main things that we found. That this is not just something that the government is interested in. This common man on the ground wants to participate in helping solve this problem. And they want an opportunity. That's why we created a system which uses crowdsourcing information. People can text in. People can text in how many cases they are seeing in region. So the people are involved. They want to be involved in solving the problem that they're facing.
Vinny Lowen is with us. You have a personal stake in terms of the fight against malaria. You have a personal stake in this, don't you?
Yes. Unfortunately, my mother had malaria when she was pregnant with me, and pregnant women can't take medicine of malaria without a lot of complications. And I had malaria again twice in my childhood, so I've always wanted to do something about it. And now that I have the engineering knowledge, I thought, well, why not?
You don't just want to kill mosquitoes and treat people who've been bitten. You want to stop them before they're born.
Yes. Exactly. The point isn't to kill the mosquito. The point is not to let it be born.
It's a great idea. So you've made it to the final. Well, you were placed third in Poland last year.
Yes, last year.
And so, what have you learnt from that experience that you're applying this year? Can I ask you?
Well, again, to be very frank with you, what we've learned is this is an idea is only as good as how good you can pitch it and how interested you can get people in it. Last year, we were more of an engineering team. This time, we are more of an entrepreneur kind of mindset. We have looking at business models, how to get this out there, and a lot of different things come into the situation. It's not just about an idea; it's how you actually roll it out, where the money will come from, who are the parties you're working with. So the whole ecosystem around that idea, we have tried to get that as a very solid foundation.
Okay, it's great training for you too, I guess, you and the others.
Definitely.
Now,
we are working with Sir Ray Avery on this idea as well.
What happens next? It's not a given that you'll represent New Zealand in the world competition in New York in July, is it? It's not certain yet.
It's not certain yet, but we have each team from different countries has to submit a video of their project. But the response that, again, last year we were fortunate enough to make a very good contacts in Microsoft Globals who can run the competition. So the response we've received, they love the idea. We have to go through the procedure of submitting the video and have our fingers crossed.
Gee, it's a severe competition, isn't it? So you'll now compete in another online qualifying round.
Another online qualifying, yeah,
with
17 other countries.
Right, with the winning teams all over the world.
Yes.
And then it's decided if you'll represent New Zealand. Oh, good luck.
Yes, 25th of May we will find out.
Oh, that'll be a nervous day.
It will be.
So what has happened to your One Beep system from last year? Vinny, can you remind us what it does and where you're at with that?
Well, OneBeep, what it does is now we have progressed it a lot further from last year. What OneBeep now is capable of is connecting computers in the remote regions using radio waves. So all simply you have to do is plug in a simple radio, AM, FM, into the computer's microphone jack using an audio cable. So now we are at a point where we can transmit any file. So we can transmit software, we can transmit games. Last year it was just books. Now we are moving towards a whole lot of digital content. And in terms of deployments, luckily we've been invited to Portugal in June. So hopefully we'll be going ahead with at least 1 million laptop deployment within 2011.
It's a marvellous thing. But I gather I assume you'll be hampered in some of those areas by a lack of infrastructure, like lack of broadband, even telephone lines and such.
Definitely, especially like for example, organizations such as One Laptop Per Child has deployed 500,000 cheap laptops in Peru. 95% of them are in regions where there is not even phone lines, so you can't get any content to them, completely disconnected.
Right. Nevertheless, you're making great progress, and the technology, I understand, Vinny, is awaiting a patent, but you've chosen not to profit from it.
Yes, we have chosen not to profit from it in terms of when it comes to organizations such as One Laptop Per Child and Intel Classmate PC. But we are also looking at other ventures where money can come in so that business is sustainable. Again, as I said, Jim, that's one thing we learned the hard way, that you definitely need some money to keep a business running. So we are looking at those ventures as well.
All right. And all the best for this year. Congratulations on such an excellent idea and such an obviously sophisticated development of that software. Well done, Vinny.
Yes, thank you very much.
Vinny Lohan, and Vinny is the team leader of Team OneBuzz. So last year they were third in the world, and this year they're aiming to do well in the world competition again. And they won't know that, I forget what day in May, but they won't know that until May, and the competition is decided in July.